Hi Noon. It's Tuesday. I'm sitting in my car. Sorry, I have to make this video in here. This is the only time I have right now. So I want to make this video because I'm going to the doctor tomorrow and I'm going to start to talk about my birth plan. And I'm really nervous because she has to say yes. And what I'm going to ask for is like completely unheard of in the United States. As far as I know, I've never even heard of anybody actually doing it that I know at all. I don't want the immediate no, we can't do that. I don't want that's against our, not against our policy, but against the hospital policy or any of that bureaucratic stuff. Like, just think about it for 5 minutes. Because this is my moment. And sorry, it's like emotional because it matters. Just a little bit of backstory, I won't go like too far into it. I've had 2 C-sections in the past. And what that means for me in my area is that I have to have a C-section number 3. I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with that, but I'm compliant with that. I understand the risk and I agree that that is what I'm going to do. I am going to have a C-section. What I'm not okay with is the way it's been done in the past, and I don't want that to happen to me again. So what happens if you don't know during a C-section is you're brought into a surgery room, operating room, you're laid down on a table on your back, you have your arms out to the side like so. One of my C-sections I was strapped in, the other one I was not. I would not recommend that. You have a partition blocking you from seeing what the doctors are doing. To one, just prevent you from seeing. Two, for sanitary reasons and all of that. And then once you're about 15 minutes into the procedure, the baby is out and they're brought over to a little station where the nurses assess them, and I really can't even tell you what they do because I can't see them, because my head is here and across the room somewhere else around the corner is my baby that was just born, and I can hear them but I cannot see them. So I don't know who designed that process, but that's happened to me twice. So no, that's not going to happen. Even if my way doesn't get to happen, that's definitely, move the table. Like, are you kidding? Like, let the mom see the baby. So anyways, if everything is fine and good with the baby, like they can assess it just like they would at a vaginal birth, baby looks good, they throw the baby up on the mama's chest. Well, in a C-section, that's not an option, but I want it to happen. I want them to remove the baby if everything is fine, put the baby on my chest. And I'm going to ask that. I'm going to push for that. That's what I want. It's not just a matter of, oh, that'd be fun. It's a huge thing to me. There's just this disconnect, I think, with a C-section in my experience. Especially the last time where it was planned. My first one I went through labor and it was an emergency and whatnot. My second one, I was fine when I arrived at the hospital. I wasn't anywhere near labor. My body had no idea we were going to get the baby out that day. And lo and behold, bam, baby's out. Well, when you are in labor, your body starts to prepare hormonally and your colostrum starts to come down and you're ready. Your body knows because it's time. I asked my doctor if we could wait until my body goes into labor and then do a C-section. She said no. She said that the risk of uterine rupture is far too high. They don't even want you to even go into labor. Whether or not that's true, or, I mean, I see that they're covering themselves, whether or not that's actually a risk at that moment when you're first in labor, I don't know. And I guess we'll never know because the answer was no. I would like my baby on my chest. I would like my body to respond to birth and to my baby to bond with me like right away. Now you might be thinking that's insane because you've never heard of it, but really a couple issues. One, there's room. There's about from here to here and all the way across, so a newborn baby could definitely fit on my chest. I would not be responsible for holding the baby. My husband is right here, the anesthesiologist is right here, and you can have a nurse anywhere. So they would be, holding the baby, making sure I'm under a lot of drugs at that time, and whatever. You might think that an operating room is way colder and the baby would be cold. well, the warmest place is going to be on my chest. Put several blankets on her if need be, but she's going to be fine on mommy's chest. That's just the way it goes. You might be concerned about infection. Well, like I said, there's a partition right here. This baby was just in my body 2 minutes ago, and I'm vomiting in a bowl on my chest. So that's gross. So what I'm saying is, if the baby were to cause an infection in my incision, there's enough going on germ-wise that the risk of infection is always there. I'm not going to get an infection from my baby in that moment. And my baby is not going to get an infection from, even if I am vomiting. It's not like it's contagious vomiting. It's medical induced. All that being said, those are the issues that I've conjured up in my brain that I could think of why no. And I feel like they're just not good enough. I want that moment with my daughter, and I'm going to really push for it, and I'm not going to take an early no for an answer. I'm not going to take a that's our policy answer, which is scary because I'm this far into my pregnancy, and it's really difficult to change doctors at this point, especially with insurance and cost and all of that. So this is a big deal, and gosh, I really hope that she sees the importance, because I think that it's so really, like, I don't want to be like ultra dramatic about this, but like it's pretty barbaric to not give me a choice of when, not give me a choice of how, but that there's a light shining in my face, there's a truck, that there's this bureaucratic answer for what happens, and that this moment in my baby's life, in my life, and my bonding with this child, like, gets taken away by policy, and it kind of frustrates me that I just have to lay down and be cut open and when they're done, they'll give me my wrapped up baby. So I have an audience right now. Anyway, that's my little beef, I guess, my little soapbox. Let me know what you think. I'm sure that a lot of what I'm saying is like completely ridiculous to somebody, but I don't care how you give birth. I don't care if you have no pain at all, and I don't care if you decide to have a home birth on a beach ball, okay? Like, and feel everything. I don't care. Every family is different. Every decision is different. Every circumstance is different. So this is the one I want based on where I am and what my choices are. So we'll see. I'll let you know what happens. There you go. There's a cheery little video for you, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.